This is the skin of the water queen. It is not cloth. Once you wear it, it will mold your body. You will have the perfect shape. Your skin will glow. Men will not just see you, they will be obsessed with you. But listen to me! There is a rule. A simple rule. Once you put it on, you can never take it off.
Never? But Papa, how will I bathe? How will I?
You wanted to be a goddess, did you not? Goddesses do not negotiate.
Look at this woman. Look at her well. Her name is Anita. From the outside, you would think she's enjoying. She lives in a house that looks like a hotel. She drives a car that speaks a foreign language. Her bank account is heavy enough to sink a ship. But look closer. Why is she crying? Why is she scratching her body like someone with chicken pox? They say that the devil does not give free gifts. He gives you a loan. And the interest rate is your peace of mind. Anita wanted the soft life. She wanted the slay queen lifestyle without the hard work. She found a shortcut. But she did not know that the shortcut was leading her straight to a place where water cannot quench the fire. What is she wearing? It looks like a bodysuit. A simple shapewear that holds her tummy. But my people, that thing is not clothes. It is a prison. And tonight is the night she tries to break free. Let us go back to the beginning. Anita was tired. You know that kind of tired that enters your bones? That was Anita. She was a beautiful girl, fair in complexion, with a smile that could confuse a pastor. But beauty does not parent in Lagos. She was living in a face me I face you apartment in the mainland. The kind of house where you know what your neighbor is cooking because the smell passes through the wall. Anita had a job as a receptionist, but the salary was an insult. By the time she paid transport and bought data to check Instagram, the money was finished. But the worst part was not the poverty, it was the jealousy. Anita spent 5 hours every day on Instagram. She watched girls she went to secondary school with. Girls who were not as book smart as her. Girls who were not as beautiful as her. But these girls were flying to Dubai for breakfast and London for dinner. One day she met her old friend, Anita. Anita looked like a bag of money. Her skin was popping. Her shape was like the number 8 drawn by an artist. Anita looked at herself. She felt small. She felt dry. Anita, Anita shouted, "Is this you? See how you are shining. What is the secret?" Anita laughed. It was the laugh of someone who has no problems. She looked Anita up and down. "Anita, baby," Anita said, lowering her voice. "You are still suffering like this? With all this fine face you have? In this Lagos, you have to use what you have to get what you want. But sometimes, what you have is not enough. You need packaging." "Packaging?" Anita asked. "I package, oh. I wear makeup." Nneka shook her head. "I am not talking about powder and lipstick. I am talking about supernatural packaging. Do you want to suffer until you are old? Or do you want to rule this city?" Anita's heart started beating fast. She looked at the muddy water on her cheap shoes. She looked at Nneka's Gucci bag. "Show me the way, Nneka, please." Anita whispered, "I am ready." When a person is desperate, they stop thinking. 2 days later, Anita was on a bus. She was not going to church. She was not going to the market. She was following Nneka to a village that was not on Google Maps. The place was called Umweze, the land of kings. But the kind of kings made here were not crowned by God. They arrived at a small hut deep in the forest. The air was cold, even though it was afternoon. There was a smell in the air, like burnt feathers and old coins. Inside the hut sat Baba Agu. Baba Agu did not waste time. He did not ask, "How are you?" He looked at Anita and laughed. "You want money?" Baba said. His voice sounded like grinding stones. You want men to fall down when you walk. You want to be the center of attention. Yes, Baba. Anita was shaking, but her greed was stronger than her fear. I don't do blood money, Baba said, picking up a calabash. I don't ask you to kill your mother or your brother. That is old-fashioned. I deal in attraction. He reached into a wooden box and pulled it out. It was the most beautiful thing Anita had ever seen. A bodysuit. It was black, but when the light hit it, it shone like diamonds. This, Baba said, stroking the material, is the skin of the water queen. It is not clothed. Once you wear it, it will mold your body. You will have the perfect shape. Your skin will glow. Men will not just see you, they will be obsessed with you. Money will fly into your hand like metal to a magnet. Anita reached out to touch it. It felt warm. But listen to me, Baba shouted, slamming his hand on the floor. Anita jumped. There is a rule, a simple rule. Once you put this on, you can never take it off. Anita paused. Never? But Baba, how will I bat? How will I? Did I stutter? Baba's eyes widened. It cleans itself. It feeds on your sweat to shine brighter. You must never let it leave your body. The day you take it off, the beauty will vanish, and the true owner of the skin will come to collect her property. Do you agree? Anita thought about the muddy water in Lagos. She thought of the landlord banging on her door. She looked at the shiny suit. I agree, she said. She went behind the curtain. She pulled the suit up her legs. It was tight. Oh, it was tight. It squeezed her stomach. It pushed her chest up. It hugged her thighs. She zipped it up. When she stepped out, Nneka screamed. Anita, is that you? Anita looked in the mirror. She didn't recognize herself. She looked like a goddess. She looked expensive. She didn't know she had just zipped up her coffin. My people, magic is real. As soon as Anita got back to Lagos, the ground shifted. She walked into a restaurant and the man paid for everyone's food just because she smiled at him. She posted a picture on Instagram and within 10 minutes, she had 5,000 likes. DMs were full of blue ticks, musicians, politicians, footballers. Anita the goddess, the figure eight, the African mermaid. Money started raining. One senator bought her a house in Lekki just for her phone number. Another chief bought her a Range Rover just to have dinner with him. She didn't even have to sleep with them. Just her presence was enough. The buzzy suit was working overtime. It pulled them in like juju. Anita was happy. She threw away her cheap clothes. She bought wigs of 500k. She ate only at 5-star hotels. But there was a small problem. The suit was tight. At first, it felt like a hug. But after 2 weeks, it felt like a grip. Imagine wearing a corset 24 hours a day. Imagine sleeping in a leather jacket in Nigerian heat. Anita will wake up in the middle of the night sweating. The suit felt sticky. She wanted to scratch her back, but she couldn't reach under the fabric. It's a small price to pay, she told herself, looking at her diamond wristwatch. Suffering is better than poverty. But the suffering was just starting. 1 month passed. Anita was the biggest girl in Lagos. But inside her house, she was living like a fugitive. Because she couldn't take off the suit. She couldn't bathe properly. She had to use wet towels to wipe her arms and legs. She used tons of perfume to cover her any smell. But the suit started to itch. It wasn't a normal itch. It felt like hands were walking under her skin. Tiny biting hands. She would run to the bathroom and use a long knitting needle to scratch inside the suit. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Ah, God, she would cry. The relief would last for only 1 minute and then the itching would come back, hotter than before. And then she met Prince Chima. Prince Chima was different. He was young, he was handsome, and he was richer than all the politicians combined. But the most important thing, he was a good man. He didn't look at Anita's body with lust. He looked at her face. He listened to her speak. Anita, he said on their third date, I have met many women, but there is something about you. You are a misery. He tried to hold her waist. Anita flinched. The suit was burning her skin. Are you okay? Chima asked. Yes, Anita forced a smile. I am just shy. Chima fell in love. Real love. He wanted to marry her. He proposed to her on a boat cruise with a ring that cost more than a village. Anita said yes. She was crying. She was happy, but she was terrified. How can you marry a man when you cannot undress? How can you share a bed with a husband when you are wearing a magical wetsuit that smells like old blood? The wedding was set for 2 weeks' time. It was going to be the wedding of the century. But the closer the date came, the tighter the suit became. It was squeezing her internal organs. It was hard to breathe. Anita stopped eating because her stomach had no space to expand. She was drinking only water. The designer came to measure her for the wedding dress. Madam, the designer said, touching Anita's waist, why is your body so hard? It feels like you are wearing armor. It is just my gym routine, Anita lied. Just make the dress big. I like loose clothes. Loose? The designer was confused. With this killer shape, you should show it off. That night, the itching became unbearable. Anita was rolling on the floor of her bedroom. The AC was on 16 degrees, but she was burning up. Scratch, scratch, scratch. She grabbed a metal hanger. She unbent it and shoved it down the neck of the suit. She scratched until she felt liquid running down her skin. She didn't know if it was sweat or blood. I can't do this, she screamed. I can't. She picked up her phone to call Ineka. Ineka, I'm dying. This thing is killing me. Ineka's voice was cold. Anita, endure. Do you want to go back to selling gala in traffic? The prince is waiting. Just endure. I can't. It burns. What if I take it off for just 5 minutes? Just to shower. Just to pour cold water on my skin? Don't try it. Ineka shouted. Remember what Baba said? The owner is watching. Anita threw the phone against the wall. She looked at the mirror. She looked beautiful, but her eyes were red like a witch. Trouble does not ring a bell before it enters. 3 days before the wedding, Prince Chima came to Anita's house. He had a key. He walked in and found Anita sitting on the sofa, shivering. She was wearing a turtleneck sweater and sweatpants, even though it was hot. Babe, Chima asked, are you sick? Anita jumped. Chima, you didn't call. I wanted to surprise you. He sat next to her. He touched her forehead. You are burning up. You have fever. Let me take you to the hospital. No! Anita shouted. She pulled away. If she went to the hospital, the doctors will try to examine her. They will see the suit. Anita, what is wrong? Chima was worried. Why are you acting like this? And what is this smell? Anita froze. The perfume had worn off. The smell of the suit, that mixed of stale sweat and something like rotten fish, was leaking out. I have an infection, Anita lied. A skin infection. It's contagious. That is why I am covered up. Please, Chima, go. I don't want you to catch it. Chima looked at her with pity. I don't care about infection. I love you. Let me take care of you. He reached for her shirt. Don't touch me! Anita screamed. She pushed him. Chima was shocked. He stood up slowly. Okay, I will go, Anita. Are you hiding something? We are getting married in 3 days. Please, talk to me. He left. Anita fell to the floor. She couldn't breathe. The suit had tightened around her ribs. It was punishing her. It knew she wanted to remove it. I can't take this anymore, she sobbed. Wealth is good, but sanity is better. My people, there is a limit to what a human being can endure. That night, the heat coming from the suit was like an oven. Anita felt like her skin was melting. She made a decision, a fatal decision. Baba Agu is a liar, she whispered. He just wanted to scare me. How can a piece of cloth know if I take it off? I will just take it off, wash my body, apply cream and put it back. 5 minutes, that's all. She went into the bathroom. She locked the door. She filled the jacuzzi with cold water and ice blocks. The sight of the water made her thirsty. She wanted to feel water on her back more than she wanted life itself. She stood in front of the mirror. She grabbed the zipper at the back of her neck. Her hands were shaking. Just 5 minutes, she prayed. God, please, just 5 minutes. She pulled the zipper. The sound was loud in the silence. As the zipper went down, she felt a rush of cool air hit her back. Oh, the relief. It was like heaven. She pulled the suit down from her shoulders. She peeled it off her arms. It made a sticky sound. She pushed it down her hips. She stepped out of it. For the first time in months, she was naked. She was free. She jumped into the ice water. Ah, she moaned. It felt so good. She washed her skin. She scrubbed the sweat. She felt human again. She stayed in the water for 10 minutes. She forgot about the time. She forgot about the warning. Then she heard a sound. It was a low growl, like a dog, but deeper. It was coming from the pile of black clothes on the floor. Anita froze. The water in the tub suddenly turned hot. Boiling hot. She jumped out, screaming. She looked at the bodysuit. It was no longer a suit. It was pulsating. It looked like a living organ. Let me put it back, she panicked. She grabbed the suit, but the suit was hard. It was like stone. She couldn't open it. No, Anita cried. She tugged at it. It wouldn't budge. Then she looked in the mirror. Jesus! Her skin, her beautiful light skin was moving. Where the suit had covered her, scales were beginning to form. Green, slimy scales. Her smooth belly was turning rough. Her hands were becoming claw-like. The beauty that the suit gave her, it was taking it back. And it was taking interest. The door handle turned. Anita? It was Prince Chima. He had come back because he was worried. Anita, I heard you scream. Open the door. Don't come in! Anita shrieked. Her voice was changing. It sounded croaky. I am breaking this door, Chima shouted. Anita scrambled. She tried to cover herself with a towel, but the scales were spreading fast. They were covering her neck, her face. One of her eyes started to droop. Crash! The door flew open. Prince Chima rushed in. Baby, are you? He stopped. He didn't see his beautiful fiancée. He saw a monster. A creature half human, half fish, with skin that looked like a diseased reptile. Anita looked at him. Tears were rolling down her scaly cheeks. Chima, she croaked. It's me. Chima didn't scream. He didn't run. He just stood there, his mouth open, his eyes full of horror. Then the suit on the floor dissolved into black smoke. The smoke rose up and formed the face of Baba Agu. I told you, the smoke voice echoed. The debt must be paid. That was the end of the fairy tale. Chima ran. He ran and never looked back. Can you blame him? Anita's money, it was still there. The bank accounts were full. The cars were in the garage, but she could not go out. She could not spend it. She became a prisoner in her own mansion. The scales never left. She had to live in darkness, hiding from the world. Nneka blocked her number. Baba Agu's shrine vanished into the forest. Anita had the wealth she wanted. She had the mansion, but she lost the only thing that mattered, her freedom to be human. Are you jealous of what others have? Do you want to package to impress people who don't care about you? Remember Anita. She wore the devil's shapewear to get the shape of a goddess. Now she cannot even look at herself in the mirror. Be content with what you have. The hustle is hard, yes, but the bread of sorrow is harder to swallow. The underwear brought her wealth, but the curse woke up when she removed it.